this summer has been incredible for superhero media, and I'd even argue the best we've ever had. And you're probably saying, wow, what an on-trend, topical video to make. And I would say, you are an idiot, because it's autumn. But nevertheless, we're still going to talk about these films. If I was a liar, I'd be saying, I just wanted to get my feelings to boil over on these films and really think about what I was going to say. But I'll be honest, I just couldn't be bothered until now. Anyway, very quickly, I just want to say it's a completely new channel. You may not know me, you may have just found me, probably, likely, but please, any support would be greatly appreciated. Literally anything. You can comment, you can tell me what you want to hear me talk about, you can tell me your opinions, we can converse in the comments. Fuck it, why not? I can do that. It's no hassle. Anyway, that is far too long an intro. It's time. Super. This is way too small. Superman was fucking awesome. It's no surprise to those who know me, I was so excited for this film. The amount of excitement I got from that first trailer, I actually think I was the closest I've ever been to jumping out my window. Of like pure excitement. Not to give stuff away about my final thoughts and feelings, but I loved the film. I'm gonna be honest, I absolutely loved it. I think I felt the full spectrum of emotion. I was overjoyed at moments, I cried at moments. It was genuinely beautiful, and I don't think I've felt like that since watching a film since probably Guardians 3. In fact, that brings me to my first point. James Gunn. I think this man is a comic book film directing genius. Genuinely. I rate the guy so highly, and I'm also a massive DC fanboy. I mean, most of my comic collection is DC. So when he was hired, I genuinely think I nearly ascended. Also, as a massive fan of DC, I could not wait for the DCEU to burn and die. I mean, his first two projects, Peacemaker and The Suicide Squad, not in that order, they were so good. I mean, everyone knows they're so good, there's no surprise. And with Peacemaker Season 2's positive early reviews, it seems like he doesn't miss. Anyway, so with the prospects of a guy who loves comic books and also is brilliant at adapting them to the big screen, having him in charge of the new universe got me so excited to see a well-adapted version of DC. And it's no surprise that the first film that you have to make for a new DC universe, it has to be Superman. He is the superhero. But I'm going to be honest, I never liked Superman. As someone who's quite young, and a lot of people my age would probably agree, we haven't really had a good Superman that we've got to see outside of cartoons. My exposure to the character was limited to Lego games and Zack Snyder's Man of Steel. I love Lego Batman, I love the Lego Batman games, but in those games, Superman's a bit of a cocky asshole, you know, he's a bit of a knob. And also Man of Steel. The less said, probably for the best. The only thing I saw of Superman that I liked, and it is well regarded that everyone loves it, is Christopher Reeve's Superman films. I watched them when I was about 7, and 7-year-old me was watching something from the 70s and thinking, this is the goofiest shit I've ever seen. Did he just kill that man? But for some reason, when they released that first teaser of David in the blue and red, I was so excited. I mean, the man looked born to play the role. And if you look at him, he is Superman. That is Superman. I also love the suit. There was a lot of discourse on the suit when it first came out, that announcement, but I thought it was perfect. The trunks work. The trunks just work. Without the trunks, it looks weird. I mean, they released that set photo of when the initial concept of the suit without the trunks, and it. Brother, That's enough context. let's review the film. The film absolutely lived up to my unnecessarily high expectations. I was told by everyone, don't get your hopes too high. The trailers don't look great. It looks like The Flash. It looks like The Flash. And, I mean, it did a little bit. But, I mean, that it was the single best in-theater experience I've had since probably No Way Home. I mean, I got everything I could have wanted from Superman. He was joyful, charming, inspiring, but also not without his flaws. And unlike a certain fear-mongering alien with a god complex. What? I thought the comedy was great. It didn't follow Gunn's usual quick, banterful Guardians style with zip zap zop zop. They're all joking, joke, and it's a bit like that in Peacemaker too. But it was human. I think the film needed to be human. It reminds me of that one scene with Lois and Clark, the interview scene. Honestly, Corn Sweat's delivery on some of those lines should not have been as funny as they were. Super shit will always be funny. Super shit.
Hashtag super spy, hashtag super shit.
Super shit? Come on, Lois. You know that one specifically irritates
This is
me.
on the record.
I think the characters are immaculate as well. I think, obviously, the grand focus is on Clark, and everyone was a bit concerned with the amount of casting, the amount of characters in the trailers and everything. It was going to be way too overcrowded. But to me, it wasn't. I mean, for a lot of people, it's overwhelming, especially if you don't know who these characters are. It's your first introduction. You've got to sort of gauge the whole universe from this one film, but I didn't struggle too hard. Anyway, Clark is portrayed amazingly. He is the definition of a Boy Scout, you know? He's so charismatic, and Corn Sweat plays an amazing Clark and a perfect Superman. I think majority of audiences would have been sat in the theatre feeling inspired watching the film, so it makes exactly perfect sense how he had an effect on other characters in the film with the Justice League, saving the kids in Jaranpur at the end of the film. I love how much he values life, and even when he's fighting the kaiju, and this monster's raining terror, he still wants to find a safe way to deal with the problem where no one gets hurt. He saved that squirrel. He saved the squirrel. I mean, yeah, I just love it. He values life. He wants to save everyone, unlike... Honestly, I genuinely think with Zack Snyder's Superman, I'd be like Lex Luthor, but not the weird Jesse Eisenberg one.
Ahoy, ahoy!
Speaking of Lex, he is one of the best parts of this film. I mean, what a villain. Again, he's a character I thought was boring. He's just a hater for the sake of being a hater. But that speech that he gives, he's talking about Galileo and Einstein, and he's talking about how he used to be the man, he used to be the guy. And now this piece of shit alien, in his words, has come in and taken what should have been his. He should be the guy. But now he's not, because, well, what this guy does it in a day. He saved the world in a day. That's it. And I think most humans would feel a bit like that, looking at Superman. If you're not feeling hope from Superman, you're feeling put down. You're feeling worsened. You're feeling like less of a human. And it goes without saying, Nicholas Hoult was fucking boss. Like, he was boss. Lois deserves a lot more credit than I'm about to give her, but she is one of the best parts of this film, where she challenges Clark. It's such a real and human relationship. I absolutely love it. And Guy is amazing. He's so funny. That bit where he fights and he's just flicking his hand so nonchalant, just the middle fingers and everything. It's awesome. It's so cool. Hawkgirl is a badass, and I just love the way she just murks one of the villains. Crypto is perfect and reminded me of my own dog. Jimmy Olsen is the MVP, as usual. We all know that. He is the ladies' man. He is the ultimate Riz god. But I'll say it like a lot of people have. The one who stole the show is Mr. Terrific. He's a character a lot of general audiences wouldn't know. There's no better introduction than in that film. He was so good. I love how like smart he is and how he's done with everyone's tomfoolery, like the bit with Lois where he's just like, I don't care about human emotions. Can you please stop chatting shit to me? I'm focusing. I'm glad Eddie got his redemption as a superhero character, especially after the Darwin incident. I mean, speaking of terrific, he has the best fight scene in the whole film, with another iconic James Gunn needle drop, honestly. And as we know, needle drops, these licensed songs that James Gunn uses, his bread and butter, alright? But what I want to talk about is the score, the original score for the film, done by David Fleming and John Murphy. The way they integrated John Williams' original score, it made me feel like a kid. It was so good. And even from that first trailer, you hear them for that first note on the electric guitar, so strong. God, it's so good. And genuinely, the music alone gave me chills on multiple points in this film. every time you heard that original motif from the original score play, it excites something in you. It makes you feel, whether it be joy or hope or sadness. It elicits a reaction from you, which is why I think it's such perfect music. For example, this is a bit that I haven't heard many people talking about, but when Lex and Superman are facing each other at the end, when they're confronting each other, and you hear the score build and build and build as it closes in on Lex's distraught face, and it shows the shot of the two of them facing each other with the clouds and the sky in the background. I couldn't believe what I was looking at. I genuinely couldn't believe it. And then obviously I have to name one that everyone's going to talk about, but that moment, he floats up and you hear the score, beautiful moment. It brought a tear to my eye. It genuinely did it. If it didn't make you feel that sort of way, then you are a robot and not the good Superman kind. I mean, speaking of tears, fuck it. I'm gonna tell you every moment that brought me to tears, because I haven't cried this much as a film in my entire life. The first scene was the scene with Clark and Park Kent, because, I mean, how can you not? The music is beautiful, the visuals are beautiful, and the conversation they have is so real. The next, when he emerged from that smoke, obviously we all know the shot. Third was when Lois and Clark embraced at the end, and they floated up, and they had that kiss. It was so moving. And the final one needs a little bit of context. I mean, hopefully you've all seen the film. If you're this far in, I want to take you through what I was going through. And James Gunn uses the final moments in this film to teach us exactly what the lesson is. As the robots ask Clark, again, if he wants to see the video of his parents because it suits him, he says yes. And I'll be honest, I turned to my friend while I was watching it, so I was thinking, what? Why we're going to watch these evil Kryptonians, these Viltrumites. We're going to watch these Viltrumites talk again. Has he not learned his lesson? What's he talking about? But then, as soon as it starts showing Mara and Park Kent, it absolutely ruined me. I was pure joy, smiling. And obviously that song that's now become a bit iconic with the film, Punk Rocker, starts playing, with the whole conversation earlier with Lois about maybe being kind is the new punk rock, and suddenly it hits you. Being kind is the new punk rock. But also it links with the earlier scene where Clark's talking to Park Kent, and he's being told that it's not what other people put on you, it's your own choices that make you who you are, make you a good person. So it's all these moments from the film culminating into one final punch. You know, as the camera's spinning, as the memories are showing, and as the final shot comes closer and closer in to Clark's beaming grin, the film ends. And I'll be honest, I was fine. Until the big fucking Superman came up on the screen and I bawled. I can't even tell you why. I can't tell you how it did that to me. I realised the DC universe that I wanted to see on screen was finally being brought to me. So when that final shot hit, I knew this was the film. We've got it. The DCU is in safe hands. And also with the tease of Supergirl at the end, that's the perfect way to tease for the future, but also setting up these side characters, the Justice Gang. Peacemaker had a cameo. Maybe they're doing a Jimmy Olsen show. I will be there. I will be on the front row. I want the world to know I'm the Jimmy Olsen #1 fan. I've joined the fan club. Okay? I want to see all his hijinks. I want to see him get kidnapped by Darkseid or something, because he can. And obviously with the announcement literally the other day of Man of Tomorrow with Clark and Lex fighting to battle a greater threat. Oh, I'm so excited. Get to see more of Nicholas Hoult, get to see more of Superman, and hopefully more of Jimmy Olsen, obviously. If I were being subjective, I would give the film a 9.5 out of 10. But I'm not being subjective, so fuck you. It's getting a 10, baby. It's getting a 10. 1A. Time to review Fantastic Four. Aha! But just you wait, me, from a couple days ago. It's actually not time to review Fantastic Four. This took me longer than expected, so it's actually going to be next week. Expect it. Friday next week. The second part is coming.